answers now for engagement patterns and commercialization. The first question is explain the relationship between sport, sponsorship, and the media. So we're talking really here about the relationship that the golden triangle brings, but we've got a note here that you don't actually get a mark for using the term the golden triangle. It's 3-mark question, so we need to make 3 separate points. And again, as we've discussed before in previous topics, sometimes these points actually might be quite similar or explaining things in a similar way. We've got to make sure we make 3 separate points. So firstly, we could say a sport is sold to businesses as a means of advertising the business's product. We could say the business sponsors the sport to obtain advertising space and publicize its product. The sport is shown in the media, which promotes the product, and then the sports spectators see the advertising and buy the business's product. Of course, we don't need to get these word for word, but if we've said something similar to some of these points, then we're going to be getting the marks. Outline 3 negative impacts of commercialization in sport on spectators. 3 marks then, so we could have said that spectators are affected from the timing of an event being changed to suit worldwide audiences. So for example, we could say games, football matches are now shown on Monday evenings, which might make it more difficult for fans to attend live in the stadium. It's expensive to watch on TV as sport is now shown via subscription to or pay-to-view services. So again, if we use football as an example, it's often shown on Sky Sports or BT Sport where a subscription is required, so it's not available for everyone. Tickets have become more expensive due to increased popularity of commercialized sport. Merchandise has become more expensive as well. As popularity of a sport rises, it has become more difficult to obtain tickets because more and more people are seeing sport in the media and then they want to go and attend matches and events. Therefore, there's not as many tickets available for everybody because lots of people want to go. And at live events, sponsors can limit the choice of food and drink, which can also be very expensive. Outline 3 positive impacts of commercialization of sport on performers. So how do performers benefit from the commercialization of sport? You'll notice that lots of these points revolve around money, but they are slightly different points at the same time. So free equipment or clothing or footwear for the performer. They get more money to pay for higher quality training facilities, more money to pay for higher quality equipment, clothing or footwear. They can be paid by sponsors to wear and advertise clothing or equipment, more money for wages. Additional income gives them more time to train, which should mean that skills and fitness develop. So another way of saying that is that they're more likely to be professional in their sport rather than semi-professional or amateur. Can turn performers into heroes and role models due to the media spotlight, so they're becoming global stars, you might have said, or you could have said more money to pay for better coaching and training programs. So 3 marks, you could have had any of those 3 points. State 3 types of sponsorship an individual may receive. So 3 we've got here: a clothing or footwear sponsor, equipment sponsor, and facilities sponsor. And these are the 3 which AQA seem to like for this specification. So it's worth jotting these down and remembering these in case you get a similar question again on the types of sponsorship available. And then finally, explain how 2 types of sponsorship may improve an individual's performance. So we could have picked any 2 from the 3. Clothing or footwear, we could have said, for example, high quality running shoes for a marathon runner or a 5-kilometer runner, perhaps, enables performer to run greater distances and more comfort. Equipment, for example, high quality balls enable advanced skills to be developed, easier to catch or grip. That could be in the sport of tennis or cricket, perhaps we could have said, for the catch. And facilities, for example, could be provided free of charge, which means they can train more effectively and more often. So, for example, if a sprinter was sponsored by a gym, they might be given a free membership. They therefore can train more often, or as much as they want in order to improve their performance.